So it's not always what you say, it's what you don't. I don't talk politics, I don't talk religion, and I don't talk sports. Because all three of those things will ruffle feathers, and then you divide your audience. And so some people say, well, you're not as edgy, you're not as this, you're not as that. I go, yeah, but the place is full.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I tell people I have an opinion. That's why I can't do a podcast, because I don't have a strong enough opinion to put out there. You know, I keep my show safe for a reason. I want people to enjoy themselves and not have to think. I don't want to make people think. I'd rather just entertain. That's what I chose to do, just to entertain. If I have an opinion, you buy me a drink. you might hear me say some shit, but yeah, I keep it away from the stage.
You know, when I was coming up, I opened up for a lot of guys. And there was two people who stood out that I opened up for in those days. One was Rich Jenny. Watching people leave his show. Because as a feature act, that's what I would watch. The people leaving the show, their reaction. Rich Jenny got the best reaction because he was just a pure comic stand-up. And the second best reaction, this is 97 to 2001 or 2. The second best reaction was Pablo's people. He didn't curse. He made noises. He jumped up and down. He
bong, bong. One man.
He did that. Let me tell you something. I was living in Seattle. I did not think I was the shit. I was a regular comic. I was dirty. I knew the limitations. I was starting to find who the fuck I was. I had to get angry. I was living in an office, and one night I went down there frustrated, and I realized what I had. And I go, I got to work off that angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to just, I forgot what I was going with this. Pablo. And I worked off an angle, and I started opening for people, and I watched. I remember opening up for Stanhope. Not opening up for Stanhope. Watching Stanhope. I had met him. I opened up for him early in Boulder when I was the house MC. But later on, after he won San Francisco, I remember going to see him to a full house. And by the time he got on stage, 75 people had walked out. The people who stayed were on the fucking floor crying and laughter. The people who left there ran the fuck out of there. In my mind, I never saw the benefit of that. Even though I'm a dirty comic, like I remember when I got The Longest Yard, I had a little bit of heat. I went on the road. I remember going out and walking through the hallway, and people would see me and their reaction towards me. They thought I was one of Adam Sandler's friends. I was going to jump up and down and fucking play the fucking fiddle or whatever the fuck. And I'm up there talking about snorting coke with my cat and shit. And at the end, they would walk out, and Gabriel, they wouldn't even touch me. Like, I would see them walk out, like, you know, and I got to see the reactions of people. Then I opened for you somewhere. And I saw the same thing, that you had beaten out Pablo now. It was you and Rich Jenny. That when people left your shows, it was like they just left Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? Like they had that look on their face. When people leave my shows, guys look happy. Yeah, let's go home and eat your monkey. And the chick's like, Jesus fucking Christ. I ended up with a fucking retard that likes a fat fucking retard. You know, this is the truth. And that's the thing I always admired about you, that it was Richard J. and Pablo, and then you just moved into that slot. And it didn't matter whether you were Latin, black, Asian, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking as a comedian, watching people leave a show as a feature act. You know, like in Miami, when people would run out of Paul Mooney's show.
Oh, yeah.
And black people would walk out, and he would, fucking N-word them to death as they were walking out. Yeah, to some people, that's cool. I know people that love walking rooms. When I was coming up in Seattle, there was 2 comedians that they lived for that shit, Gabriel. To go out there with the worst joke they could say to make people get up and go, fuck you, and stare that up. I never liked that. When I go on stage, I think people see my heart and they let me get away with what I get away with. You following me? But they know it's not really who the fuck I am. They know I can't go home and spit out my wife's back. She wouldn't go for that shit. You know what I'm saying? But when people go see a Gabriel Iglesias show, when you see them on the way out, I saw footage, and it was like, remember when Pablo went back to the village to pick up a fucking suitcase and Narcos? He went back to the village, and he came out, and all the fucking Colombians surrounded him. Mira, está Pablo. That was you. They surrounded you. You had all these Spanish people around you. You know what scene I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
When he told the kid, what was his name? The guy who had the taxi cab.
Was that Limon?
Limon, when he was Limon. But they and he just started giving out fucking hundreds. Mira, es Pablo. Ay, Dios te bendiga, Pablo. God bless you, Pablo. This was you without handing out the $100 bills. It was that scene. Like, I don't know where I saw the footage. Maybe it was one of your specials, something. I saw them reacting to you afterward, and it was like, he's like fucking Pablo Escobar without the coke. Think about that. Pablo had to show up with coke and a box of $100 bills for people to treat him like that. They treat you like, it's unbelievable. And you handle it. And then I see you on Twitter, and I see how people, when you get on Twitter, you're like, I'm going to be on Twitter for the next 45 minutes. Ask me whatever the fuck you want. What are you going to eat for breakfast? And you tell them, like, 2 tacos when I get to Houston. You got your favorite taco spot and shit.